Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield has worked to keep the people of New Hampshire healthy for 75 years. Healthcare has changed dramatically over the years, but one thing is not, and that is our commitment to you and your family. We're a company made up of your friends and neighbors. We work each day to continue our tradition of providing healthcare to the 300,000 members we serve. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield focuses on wellness and healthy living. We work with and support numerous organizations in New Hampshire to build healthy communities. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, creating a healthier future for New Hampshire.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
When I see obstacles, I create opportunities.
When I see adversity, I find a way.
When I hear never, I say now.
Southern New Hampshire University is education made to fit your goals. With over 200 degree programs, flexible class schedules, and some of the lowest online tuition rates in the nation.
So when I face barriers, I can break through.
Break through at snhu.edu.
You know, they've got to push tempo, which you don't think you want to get into a track meet with a Bentley team that's among the top scoring teams in the country currently. But I think that speaks to the necessity to get some easy looks, smart offensively and defensively, and finally contain and contest. They're going to make some shots, but you cannot allow them to have those wide open looks. They use Lux inside, and she's a very unselfish superstar in that she'll get the ball down low, survey, and then kick out for a wide open three. So that's something that Southern Hampshire is going to have to be very aware of on the defensive side.
Bentley has a slight edge in this series, 41-6. Although, again, as you pointed out,
half full here.
SNHU swept last year, and they've won 3 of the last 6.
Remarkable. I'm not sure. I don't have the record in front of me, but when you think about Barb Stevens, how many times she's lost to a team twice in one season, she's only lost a great total of just over 200 games throughout her illustrious career. She's winning at just under an 800% clip over there. So hard to imagine she's been swept too many times, but that's what the Penmen did. And just to speak about that should give them some confidence. These are a lot of returning players, Lorenzen, Kamara, and the like, that they have that confidence. Sometimes Bentley wins games just by showing up in the gym and that confidence that they bring to the table, that every time they take the floor, they're going to win. Well, they don't have that against Southern New Hampshire.
Kate Maragioli, the sophomore from Wisconsin, going to be one of the Bentley starters tonight. Amy McConnell is a senior from South Windsor, Connecticut. Megan Lewis, a senior from England, Seven Eagles, England. Also starting for Bentley tonight, and one of New Hampshire's top young players a couple years back, Maddie Springfield out of Conant High School in Jaffrey, New Hampshire, Victoria Lux, the senior from Arundel, Maine. Also starting for the Bentley Falcons, and in her 41st year as a coach, 33rd at Bentley, Barb Stevens. Penmen coming out to the pyrotechnics, if you will.
Bob's favorite because you can't see a darn thing on this poor sheet.
Usually I fire up my phone and I use that flashlight there. All right, Penmen are back to the lineup that Karen Pinkos has used just about all year. That's Carly Ziliak, a junior from Evansville, Indiana, will start at one of the guards with Gianna Russell, sophomore from East Hampton, Connecticut. Kylie Lorenzen is the senior from Holliston, Massachusetts. Brianna Camara, a senior from Fall River, Massachusetts. And Sarah Dio, the sophomore from Attleboro.
Yeah, quick note on Dio returning to the lineup. Did not start over the weekend in the loss against the Assumption. So got a little banged up in the loss against St. Anselm last week. Good to see her back in the lineup. They need her to play well. She's an athletic wing, big that can defend a lot of players on the perimeter and down low against Lux.
Yeah, so this is the lineup that Coach Pincos has used in all but one game. Dio did not start, as you mentioned, against Assumption the other day. Danielle Sirois, a freshman from Pelham, New Hampshire, was the one who ended up with a start there.
I think the start is imperative. Bentley can really jump on teams and demoralize you if they get going, especially Southern Hampshire team having dropped their last 2 straight. They need to get back on track, Bob. I think the first 5 minutes of this game imperative, especially for the Penmen side of things.
All right, so we're just about ready to go with the game 1 of our doubleheader tonight. And the Penmen wearing the home white, Bentley in the road blue. These teams will have, as usual with the teams in our division, you play them once early, once late. Penmen will get down into the Bay State next, probably in February.
Somewhat amazingly, Bentley has hardly been at home. 8 of their first 10 on the schedule away from the friendly confines of the Dana Center. So tough stretch for them to start the year.
Lorenzen and Lux tip it off. Kylie Lorenzen wins the tip. Penmen go to our right, and we're underway here today on the floor of the Stan Spirou Field House. And a pass from Camara trying to get it down low to Lorenzen, and she was out of bounds.
Not much space down there, and turnovers are key. Southern Hampshire's done a very good job of valuing the ball, just under 14 per year. But, Bob, they had 20 over the weekend in the loss against Assumption. That's a key number to keep an eye on tonight.
They go inside. Lux puts it on the floor once. Tried an outlet pass. I think it will be Southern New Hampshire's ball. Even if it had gone out of bounds there, would have been for the Penmen, but saved by Lorenzen right at midcourt.
A lot of
inside
contact.
Comes Ziliak. She goes down hard. They've taken an elbow in the side of the head. A little slow in getting back. Bentley the other way for 3. And although they're a high percentage team from 3, that was not a good look. And it did not go anywhere for Maddie Springfield.
Yeah, Springfield shooting it well in the air, better than 40%, but that one didn't draw iron. You see both teams, Bob, early on looking to push tempo both ways down the court on the offensive side.
Lorenzen with the left hand, a little too strong, but put back in by Camara, and it's Southern New Hampshire in front first today.
Good job by Brianna not giving up the play. I think everybody in the gym thought that Kylie's layup was going to go down. She did not assume, went right to the front of the rim and cleaned it up for the easy 2.
Lorenzen's a pretty good shooter as well, 54.6% coming in. Lux inside and loses the ball, tried to back into Dio and traveled with it.
Interesting, they're sending a double from the weak side over there, and Lux has struggled with it so far. She's seen doubles throughout her career, but I think that late double team, very aggressive, attacking nature has surprised her a little bit. Thank
Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield for sponsoring us tonight. Penmen underway with a 2-0 lead over Bentley. And here is Russell, and a scoop shot a little bit too strong and a backside rebound for the Falcons. Long pass ahead, and a layup is good for Maragioli. Good run out there by Bentley, and Southern Hampshire's got to recognize that if they're going to crush the offensive glass, they've got to sprint back down the floor. It's the Bentley team averaging better than 86 points per, and that's with good reason, as we saw right there. Dio goes around Lux, kicks it back out. Russell back inside. Sarah couldn't do anything with the ball, and there's contact, and we have our first foul of the game as referee Larry Ruffing says it's on 32 for Bentley, Victoria Lux. Heck of a matchup between Megan Lewis and Gianna Russell in terms of just 2 elite athletes in this conference going head-to-head. Lorenzen off the inbound, got her own rebound. That's a miss, has a second rebound. Kick it back out to Russell. 20 on the clock. SNHU and Bentley in a 2-2 tie. Ziliak looking left side. Camara into the lane with 10. Squares up and off the window, no good. Boy, they're getting to where they want to go offensively, just a matter of finishing. That's another good look for the Southern Hampshire offense. Megan Lewis with a rebound. Bentley the other way. They're going to try a long 3 up top, and it goes down for Megan Lewis, the senior. I love Megan Lewis's game. She's dealt with injuries throughout her career. She is a special player in Northeast 10, most valuable player in last year's conference tournament. They defeated Stonehill in an absolute thriller in overtime, and Lewis really carried them to that title. Lorenzen answers on the other end, and it's 5-4 in favor of Bentley. And again, Penmen are getting where they want to get, right down the face of that Bentley defense. So I like the attack early on. Lux inside, travels, and 6:54 left in the first. SNHU will have a chance to move back in front. Actually, not a travel. The referee over on that far side said that it was instead an offensive foul, and that is on Lux.
No, I think they just had that out of bounds. I don't think they reported
That's
it to
what
the table.
I thought.
Yeah, I don't think they reported anything to the table. Victoria was complaining. She got fouled on the way there, so she comes out of the game regardless, as Barbara Stevie just has a word with her all-conference selection from a year ago and says, hey, just slow down, gather yourself. Their speed, their attacking nature right now is bothering you, and you're too good to let that affect you.
So if that's right, then there only should be one foul up right on Bentley's side, I think, which was just they have one on 14.
Yeah, Lewis has one up there on the board.
Okay. Now the other way, Ziliak gives for Dio. Penmen down 5-4. Russell for the lead, no good. And a rebound pulled down by Maragioli for the Falcons. Push it into the front court. This is 44. Fontaine comes into the game. They did take Lux out of the game.
Marissa Fontaine's a nice weapon, 6-foot sophomore. Won a state title in high school at Bishop Fian.
6:19 to go in the first. Penmen picking up man-to-man. 13 on the shot clock. Right side with it is Springfield. Goes down low. Lewis a long shot. No, she did knock one down earlier. And Russell came down with a rebound, and she's fouled by Bentley's Maragioli.
It's a silly foul there by Maragioli. She gets called for a silly reach-in about 75 feet away from the rim. Just run away from that action. Southern Hampshire clearly has the possession. Not going to get anything good out of that.
The veteran official, Carrie Lang, with the indication.
They're joking before the game that Carrie Lang has probably officiated as many games as anybody we've seen in the women's side. An outstanding player in her own right back in her day at Assumption College as well.
6 minutes to go the first quarter. Lorenzen and Camara, now in the middle. Danielle Sirois in for the Penmen. Also in for the first time, Molly Terry. Lorenzen in the lane, stops, turns, and it rattles out, and the ball comes down to Maragioli.
Good backdoor cut there by Ziliak. Unfortunately, Kylie didn't see her flashing there on the end line.
Falcons distribute into the corner. McConnell back out. Maragioli for three, and that's good. Bentley already has a couple of threes, and the lead is 8-4.
Maragioli, 13 for her last 22 from beyond the arc.
Oh,
that is
my
a
goodness.
staggering total.
Sirois up top.
Ooh,
and
that's
her
not the shot
jumper.
you want.
Hand on it, and Fontaine got a bit of the ball. It fell short. Falcons quickly the other way. Springfield gives it back for McConnell. Another three ball, and this one was on line, but a little strong for Lewis.
You can hear Karen Pinkos over on the Southern Hampshire sideline saying, don't help off that penetration.
Back up top, Sirois in the lane, waved off, a travel. That'll bring us to a timeout with 4:59 to go in the first. And off of the bench comes freshman Jenna Roach for the Penmen. So a timeout with 4:59 to go first quarter. Bentley 8, SNHU 4. This is Penmen basketball at AM 610 WGIR.
You walk into a running store and take a look at the sprawling shoe wall. You may have trouble finding the right shoe for you. This is where we come in. At Runner's Alley, our right fit process makes selecting a shoe easy, painless, and fun. We start with a visual gait analysis, and then we learn all about you. We'll educate you about your foot structure, what we see when we watch you walk and run, and choose a shoe as a starting point to get you moving. At Runner's Alley, we're here for you every step of the way.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
For Bentley, halfway through the first quarter, back here at the Field House, Bentley 3 of 6 shooting, Penmen 2 for 11.
Talked about how important the start was for Bentley, for Southern Hampshire, I should say. Well, Penmen scored the first two. Since that time, Bentley in the midst of an 8-2 spurt and starting to make some of those long-range jumpers. That's cause for concern right now for Southern New Hampshire.
Lewis on the left side comes McConnell, gets an open jumper, and it's good.
It's really good action out of the timeout there by Coach Stevens. Got her little pin down for McConnell coming off a curl. Gives her a couple of options. She could tee up that three, or she could penetrate as she did there. Good recognition by her, taking what the defense gives her, that little mid-range jumper.
McConnell averages 8 a game. She has her first field goal. Bentley 10, Southern New Hampshire 4. Soroy's inside, turns and misses, and another rebound for the Falcons. Colleen Bouchard, a freshman from Holton, Maine, is in the game now. Came down with a board. Fontaine on the drive, right side. She went right to the spot where she wanted to take that and knocked it in.
Yeah, it's been a tough start here for freshman Danielle Soroy's offensively and defense. That time, Fontaine just attacked her, and Soroy's didn't stop the dribble whatsoever.
The other way, Soroy's looks inside for the Lorenzen off the fingertips, tipped by Megan Lewis, and the Falcons have it. Falcons come the other way, all the way down underneath. Bouchard is in for 2 there, and with the lead up to 10, Karen Pinkos will use a 30-second timeout. Bentley 14-4.
And you're starting to see the weapons that Bentley has. We talked about 10 players averaging 6 points or more coming into the game. Now you're getting production from players off the bench like Bouchard. Obviously, we've seen Fontaine score a field goal in prior possession a couple seconds ago. So this is a very dangerous Bentley team, and the ability for them to capitalize on turnovers we saw there and turn them into offense is really what separates them. And you could see why they're a perfect 8-0 coming in just over 6 minutes of play thus far.
And then you start to panic a little bit, and you're down double digits, and instead of doing what the coaches think you need to do, you press, and then it becomes almost hopeless.
No doubt. And again, this is a very good Bentley team, so if you don't play well, they're going to beat you. You have to play very well to remain in the game, and right now Southern New Hampshire's not valuing the basketball, and they're not making a lot of good looks, quite frankly, in offense.
Still looking for the right lineup, so Aaliyah Paxton comes into the ball game. Kamara into the lane. Boy, dribbles into traffic and then kicked it back in the corner, and Russell lost it there.
Russell tried to do something with it before she caught the pass. That was not on Brianna's pass there. Unfortunately, Gianna was thinking about whether she was going to shoot it or penetrate and never received the pass, and it goes out of bounds.
Falcons come the other way, 3:19 to go in the first. Bouchard dribbles into a double team, kicks it through, and now they've got an open try and a three-pointer up top. This is Julia Ford, a junior who misses. Rebound Penmen.
Her missing is newsworthy. She was 9 for 16 from beyond the arc. Talk about this Bentley team ability to stretch the floor and those made jump shots. That's a good look for Ford, and that's a shot that Bentley will live with every time down the court.
Left side Russell for 3, no good. Long rebound out to Bouchard.
Talked about Bentley's defense not being where they want it to be as of yet. Well, Bob, they've limited the Penmen to just 4 points in over 7 minutes.
Ball thrown away by Bentley. And now here is Ziliak back into the game for Kamara. 2:44 left in the first. Bentley up 10. Talk about Bentley being a pretty good rebounding team right there. Off to a nice start in that regard today. 8-5.
Well, part of that's the Penmen's inability to make shots over the early stages.
Right side. Paxton was open, didn't want to take the three. Instead gives it to Lorenzen. Paxton brings it over to Ziliak on the left side with 9 on the shot clock. Ziliak around the screen. Bounce pass inside, trying to get it to Paxton. It's stolen away by Villapiano.
This Bentley defense does a very good job on ball screens. They really play them well. They hedge hard, and they really make you adjust.
Lewis thought about a three, then drove and lost the ball off the leg of Russell.
I thought that was kicked. I think Southern Hampshire fortunate there, no whistle.
Paxton takes the bounce pass, missed the shot. Falcon rebound for Megan Lewis. A lot of one-and-out trips for the Penmen. Inside, and good, and that is Villapiano takes the pass from Bouchard.
And Villapiano, another weapon, returning the lineup. She's missed the last handful of games with a shoulder, and you can see that left shoulder really heavily taped, but she's another very talented post player that Barb Stevens brings off her bench.
Bentley by 12. 6 different Falcons have scored here in the first quarter. 1:28 left.
16-2 run we're in the midst of for Bentley as well.
Southern New Hampshire 2 of 13 with 5 turnovers.
That's not the recipe to beat any team, let alone the 5th-ranked team in the country.
Sarah Dio back into the ball game for Aaliyah Paxton.
See if they can throw this over the top to Kylie. Nope.
Dio A three off the inbounds. It rattles out. Lorenzen went over the top of Fontaine and grabbed the rebound. And then the Penmen lose it right back. Jenna Roach had a little trouble with the basketball, bounced a little high, and Roach then commits a foul after losing the ball.
Southern Hampshire's playing a little bit too fast, quite frankly. I think they're getting frustrated with a combination of missed shots and turnovers, and they're trying to do a little bit too much. And as you pointed out a few seconds ago, when the lead balloons to what it is currently, double digits, starts to take you out of what you want to do on the offensive side.
We're down to 1:04 to go.
Just 4 points. That's not good.
Amy McConnell back into the game for Julia Ford on the Bentley side. And SNHU's got to find a little rhythm here. Bring the crowd back into the game. Roach leaves for Russell. Back out to Roach. Another three try, rattles out. Fontaine for the Falcons. McConnell will bring it into the front court. Fontaine for three right behind and knocks it down. They've made 3 threes and they've made almost everything.
That's staggering. I mean, Marissa Fontaine's a 6-foot sophomore. She shot that like she was a 2-guard in that secondary break.
Bentley's 8 of 12.
This game has gotten away from Southern Hampshire very quickly.
15-point lead for Bentley. Russell gets 3 back.
Huge shot. Just for the mindset of this group as the first quarter comes to a close.
19-7, 14 seconds left. Bentley will get the ball to start the second quarter, so chance at 2 opportunities here. 5 seconds left. Trying to get in the offense, and finally they reverse it, and in the corner, a 3 from Maddie Springfield rattled out. All Bentley in quarter 1. But the good news for SNHU, we've got 3 more quarters to play. End of 1, Bentley 19, Southern New Hampshire 7. This is Penmen basketball on AM 610 WGIR.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
Thank you.
About to start the second quarter, and through 1, Bentley with a lead here. In fact, had a lead as big as 15. They lead 19-7 at the end of 1, 8 of 13, shooting on 3 of 7 from 3.
You have to go much further than the field goal shooting in the first quarter to just see why the discrepancy in the score, partner.
3 of 17 for Southern New Hampshire, 1 of 5 from 3.
Quite frankly, with how poorly the Penmen played in the first 10, I think they're fortunate to be only be down by 12.
Great Falcons get the ball to start the second quarter. Lewis and now Victoria Lux back into the game. Lux inside, and a foul underneath on the Penmen will go against Russell.
Boy, they're really sending a lot of bodies quickly at Lux whenever she touches it. Now sort of a disjointed play down low, and I think, quite frankly, Victoria's lucky there that it was called against the Penmen. They thought that was a clean steal.
Come in with it to Lewis. Back inside. Lux puts it on the floor once and is able to finish inside.
And that's why you send 2 bodies at her, because she gets the ball down that close to the rim. She's just impossible to stop.
Really good finishing move there. Lux, senior from Arundel, Maine. Russell the other way, and Lux got in the way there. Missed shot. Rebound, those Southern New Hampshires.
Also there by Gianna Russell to maintain that possession. And we have a shot clock situation, I think, here. It didn't reset. I think that shot hit the rim.
Should be 3 or 4 seconds at least off.
Should be probably 25 or 26 on the shot clock as they talk things over. I think that's the reason for the discussion here. Good hustle by Russell. She hasn't shot it very well, but keeping the possession alive, that's a good job. And Penmen maintained the ball.
26 is the number.
That's about right. Your Southern New Hampshire down by 14, obviously early in the second quarter. Sort of begin to think about chipping away and navigating this game as you go forward. Just break it down into little increments and try to chip away and just get back into this one as the half approaches.
Camara behind for Dio. Pass into the corner. At least there's some white jerseys there. Penmen kick it back up top. Camara for three is good. She has her second field goal.
Well, a couple of threes here. You look at Russell's triple prior to the end of the quarter. Now, all right, chipping away here. So good shot there by Camara.
Three try the other way. Nothing but net. Down for Amy McConnell.
Again, I mean, Bentley just has so many weapons. If you don't get out, Karen Pickle said we got to contest hard. Well, they have not done a good job against these Bentley shooters.
Dio with a catch in the lane. She turned right, and Amy McConnell got her hands on the basketball, but she also drew a foul call.
That's a tough one.
Barb Stevens, I don't think is happy with that.
No, that's a tough one. I thought it was a good double down there by McConnell. I thought she earned a tie-up.
Her first, team's first. Penmen off the inbounds. And Ziliak missed a three-pointer here on the near side. A rebound pulled down by the Falcons. Marigioli. The right side gets it over to Maddie Springfield. Comes into the lane. And a foul on Molly Terry of the Penmen.
That's... We don't have makeup calls, right? I mean, it was dicey at one end. It was dicey at that one. Karen Picos didn't like the call. I think Barb Stevens, the previous trip, said I didn't like that call, so now we're awash.
8:22 to go in the second. Bentley by 14. Lux down low. Lewis inside, no good. Lux could have taken the shot herself. Tried to force it down low. Lorenzen has another board for the Penmen. They go the other way. Ziliak, left hand in the lane. Looked like it was going down, and it fell out.
Boy, she's had a couple of shots. Partner just spin right out of the rim. That's a really good job of burying down low.
Inside, they got it to Lux, and she didn't finish, and Dio has a Penmen rebound. They come the other way. Camara back for Lorenzen. Puts the ball up short. She's 1 of 6 to start the game.
I know you want to go quickly, and Karen Picos talked about tempo with us prior to the game, but that's not a good look, quite frankly.
Three-pointer. Ball short. Megan Lewis from a good 20. And out of bounds, SNHU ball. 7:33 to go in the second.
Yeah,
was that touched by the Penmen?
Yeah, Brianna Camara tried to save it before it went out of bounds. I think she thought that Kylie Lorenzo might have gotten a piece of that shot.
So it'll be Bentley ball. They do not reset. 18 on the clock. McConnell coming up top. Left side Lewis, Drew Lorenzen out, and the ball goes inside, and Victoria Lux has the field goal.
That's as good of a 1-2 punch as we're going to see in the NE10 this year. That combination of Lewis and Lux is very skilled and very talented, and that was a great pass from Megan, setting up Victoria for the easy 2.
Bentley's biggest lead, 26-10, Falcons. Three-pointer tries Ziliak. That's no good. Another rebound for the blue and white.
A lot of triples, a lot of early possession shots.
McConnell rotates the ball into the corner for Springfield. And now back to McConnell, and she knocks down a three. And this is unbelievable, isn't it? 29-10 Bentley. And Southern New Hampshire will be forced to use another 30-second timeout.
This is Bentley basketball. I hate to say it. I mean, if you don't make them uncomfortable, if you don't bother them, if you give them those type of looks, they're going to make those shots, Bob.
6:46 to go here in the second quarter.
This is not the start the Penmen we're looking for. We talked at the open about the importance of Southern New Hampshire after dropping their last 2 games, and how important it was for them a mindset perspective just to get off to a good start. Well, they scored the first couple points of the game, but then it was all Falcons from that point on. They led by 12 at the end of the break, and now it's 19, largest lead of the game, and they're getting production from all cylinders. And I always wonder about teams that don't have sort of that one go-to player. You know, you have a great player in Lux, you have a great player in Lewis, and obviously Marigioli has played at an extremely high level, especially as of late. But, you know, who do you rely on when you need a basket? Well, when things are clicking, everybody can chip in for this Bentley team, and that's what makes them so difficult to defend.
Penmen will play the next 2 Saturdays. This Saturday on the road at Stonehill.
It's a tough place to win.
And well, right now, Assumption has a 1-point lead there in the second quarter, 17-16. And then the 15th, we're back here for Franklin Pierce.
Yeah, that we talked about it. This is a very tough stretch that Southern Hampshire is currently in the midst of. At home tonight against Bentley, at Stonehill on Saturday, and then a week off, finals and all that good stuff before they host Franklin Pierce. So, quite frankly, you'd like to win every game. If you could split this week, I think you're okay with that. Right now, they got to work themselves back into this one as the first half comes to a close. They got to try to make this 9 or 10 going into the break.
The shooting woes continue for the Penmen, just 4 for 23. Lorenzen out on the right side. Molly Terry will try the 3, and that's good. Well, they've made some threes. 3 of the field goals are 3-pointers.
Remarkable. 9 of their 13 points on the game coming from beyond the arc.
Other way is Lux, and that's a miss in the backside. Rebound for Camara. Pushes it ahead to Terry. May have had Roach for a moment open inside.
Good decision, though. Don't force it if it's not there. I thought it had the potential for a turnover.
Terry back to Camara. Comes in the lane. Has lost her dribble. So goes back to Terry. Shoots another 3, and it spins out. And the ball back to Bentley.
Not a horrible possession, though. They got some dribble penetration. They got a decent look for Terry after she just made one.
Somehow got to figure a way to get out on these Bentley three-point shooters. They rotate the ball so well. Down to 10 on the clock. They go inside. Lux, no good. Dio with a solid position inside. Forced the shot. And the Penmen come back with it here. Down by 16. Roach in the lane. Dio open. And her three-pointer, no good.
Good luck, good action there by Roach. Unfortunately, Sarah didn't catch it cleanly.
And tipped out of bounds by Southern New Hampshire. Victoria Dean, the junior, in for the Penmen. And Monica Villapiano back in for Bentley. Bentley's gotten pretty deep here in the early going. Actually, both teams have used a lot of players. We've had 9 each way. Inbound on the baseline, Bentley 29-13. Maragioli inside, and a foul on Villapiano. Is that it? No, they called it on Amy McConnell.
Screen off the ball action there. It's a big one. It's the second on McConnell. I guess it's a big one. They have about 12 kids seemingly that can make shots over there to do the Falcons, so it might not be the end of the world, but McConnell's had a very good second quarter.
Quickly get her out of the game. Julia Ford will play. Dean now for an open Camara, a three-pointer, no good.
It's a good look. That's a defensive breakdown there by Bentley. Quite frankly, it's too easy on that kick out.
Inside bounce pass Fontaine, back out. Bouchard for 3.
She's going to be really good. She's a freshman. Her brother played at Bentley for a couple of years. She's she's got a good body. She plays at a very good pace, and she can make shots like that consistently. She's going to be a matchup nightmare.
5 made threes for Bentley. Penmen give it up, and now the other way. Bouchard on the drive, no. Rebound Villapiano, no. And Southern New Hampshire will come down with the ball. 4:15 to go in the second. 32-13 visitors.
That'll make a run here before the half comes to a close.
Camara behind for Lorenzen. Molly Terry for Victoria Dean, a 3, no good.
This is the most three-point attempts I've seen Southern Hampshire shoot in quite some time.
And down low, the other way, a foul as Maragioli winds up on the court, and it's going to be a Southern New Hampshire foul.
Yeah.
3-point tries. Bentley 6 of 11. The Penmen are 3 of 12.
6 of 11. This is a team that's, speaking of Bentley, shooting better than 45%, second best in the country currently, and they've done even better than that from a percentage-wise so far here this evening.
Amanda Kelly in for the Penmen, giving Kylie Lorenzen a rest. Bentley, with a score here, would be up 20 in the second quarter.
I don't know what's been more impressive, their defensive effort or their offensive effort, quite frankly.
Bouchard looked inside. Villapiano not open. They now go back inside to her and fights hard and gets the hoop.
It's really impressive footwork there by Villapiano. Very good job there to keep her pivot foot stepped through. Really recognized how the defensive player was playing her and used that against her for the easy 2.
Tipped out of bounds the other way. 3:24 left. Should bring us to a media timeout. I don't think anybody saw it. Right, because we haven't taken the media yet.
Correct.
Inbounds play, good for Dean.
Job by Victoria there, catching the ball on the baseline, just sort of recognizing she was right at the rim, and defensive player sort of sagged off her, leaving her open for a little 4-foot baby jumper.
Fontaine, the right side for Ford, back to Fontaine, three-pointer. Wow.
This is absurd. I mean, if Fontaine's going to make threes, she's shooting at 42% coming in. She's got 2 already tonight. You just can't stop them.
Bentley averages 6 made threes a game. Jacob. No, foul the other way. It'll go on Fontaine. Do I have the number wrong?
It's about 10 per game. Just under. They had 15 over the weekend.
I'm looking at Southern New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Southern New Hampshire, it's 10 a game.
Yeah. This is a big part of their offense, speaking of the Falcons. And you can see why. I mean,
Terry, she'll try a three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Bentley in the corner, 2:34 left. Throw the ball into the front court. Fontaine looks inside via Piano with a left hand, can't finish it. Rebound for Amanda Kelly.
Their posts do a great job of just burying you down low.
Terry comes to the free throw line and will scoop and be called for a travel with 2:16 to go. Substitutions for the Penmen, Ziliak, Lorenzen, and Russell all back in for the final moments of the half here.
Bentley's average margin of victory is 28 points in their 8 wins. Their closest game, a 12-point win against Assumption earlier this season. They have 4 wins by 30 or more, and Bob, you could see why. I mean, let's be honest, that's not a fluke whatsoever. They have just been outstanding in all facets of this game.
Lewis on the right side. They did beat Stonehill in the first meeting of the year between the top teams in the division.
Yeah, I mean, they beat them easily.
Whistle underneath. What do we have?
Hold on Terry, I think.
Second foul on Molly Terry. 4 team fouls on the Penmen, so the next one would put Bentley on the line. We're a little under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Via Piano for Ford. Ford in the right corner. That is Fontaine. Back up top, Ford. Coming around the right side into the lane with the right hand, in and out.
Russell did a nice job defensively there, fighting over that high screen for Ford.
Another rebound for Lorenzen, and then they try to go inside, and the ball knocked away. But an outlet pass stolen, and Gianna Russell will go in and score.
I think Ford got hit in the face, or she's sort of slow to come to her senses, trying to fight through it here as the guard, but you could see her really sort of trying to navigate an issue, and Gianna Russell, right place, right time there for the easy 2.
Scoop shot the other way, and this will get Maddie Springfield to the free throw line. With 1:15 to go in the half, Bentley up 37-17.
Ford's going to have a substitution here. Looked like she might have got hit in the left eye. I don't know if she got poked in the eye or what, but she's dealing with something right now. And she goes over to talk to her head coach.
Maddie Springfield averaging 6.8 points per game.
Sister Brooke, a former Penman player in her own right. Fortunately, Maddie made her decision to go down there to Bentley.
Second is good. So Springfield makes both. Bentley by 22. First 2 points of the game for the junior from New Hampshire. Into the corner, Ziliak takes the pass. Comes back out to Russell. In the corner, Brianna Camaro, who just came back into the game. Lorenzen feeds right side. Russell squares up a 3 and knocks it down.
She's had a nice game. She had a good game, tied her career high with 13 points in their win last year down at Bentley, and she's played well here tonight.
Has 8, 39-20. Penman down 19. 38 seconds to go. Inside, the pass Fontaine with a catch, no good. Rebound, Lorenzen fighting for the ball with Via Piano, and it will go to the Penmen. So it'll be SNHU ball.
Penman can basically hold for their final shot if they elect to do so. I think teams sort of fall in love with that sometimes. I think if you have a good look, if you have a layup, if you have a wide open 3, you take it no matter the situation. But we'll see how the Penmen navigate this final half minute or so.
Right side is Kelly. Comes back up top to Lorenzen. Still plenty of time left for SNHU, 15 seconds. Russell and Kelly. In the corner, Ziliak. Strong to the hole, no good. Bentley has 6 seconds. Bentley across midcourt with 4. Bouchard distributes left side, and a three-pointer at the buzzer for Lewis doesn't go. But
well, as advertised,
almost everything else did go.
Right, 5th ranked team in the country, 8-0 coming in are the Falcons, and you could see why. They are devastating at both ends of the floor. Very good offensively. The ability to stretch the floor with the made three-point shots. Their posts are tough. Defensively, they're a very solid club.
We've reached the end of the first half in the Stan Spirou Field House. Southern New Hampshire trailing Bentley 39-20. This is Penmen basketball on AM 610 WGIR.
At SNHU, building a campus that feels like home is important to us.
I felt like I was walking to a family. I have that one-on-one experience with the professors here, and they take an interest in what you want to do, and they can help you use your passions to get you to where you want to go. When I graduate, my degree is going to propel me into my future. Southern New Hampshire University, it's been the greatest decision I've ever made.
Visit snhu.edu.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Walking the path of integrity, forever embracing a life in balance, standing tall and confident, leaders in the classroom, community, and field of play, with clear vision and a full heart, looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete, representing the Northeast. Diverse in composition, united by our values, determined by nature, uncompromised by choice. We are the NE10.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Stand up if you are a first-generation college student. Stand up if you're a mother. If you are actively deployed, a veteran, or you're in a military family, please stand. The world in which we live equally distributes talent, but it doesn't equally distribute opportunity, and paths are not always the same.
I'm so proud of you, Dad.
I will tell you this, Southern New Hampshire University can change the whole trajectory of your life.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield has worked to keep the people of New Hampshire healthy for 75 years. Healthcare has changed dramatically over the years, but one thing is not, and that is our commitment to you and your family. We're a company made up of your friends and neighbors. We work each day to continue our tradition of providing healthcare to the 300,000 members we serve. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield focuses on wellness and healthy living. We work with and support numerous organizations in New Hampshire to build healthy communities. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, creating a healthier future for New Hampshire.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Welcome to the Tap House.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop.
High jumper. Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
When I see obstacles, I create opportunities.
When I see adversity, I find a way.
When I hear never, I say now.
Southern New Hampshire University is education made to fit your goals. With over 200 degree programs, flexible class schedules, and some of the lowest online tuition rates in the nation.
So when I face barriers, I can break through.
Break through at snhu.edu.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
When you walk into a running store and take a look at the sprawling shoe wall, you may have trouble finding the right shoe for you. This is where we come in. At Runner's Alley, our Right Fit process makes selecting a shoe easy, painless, and fun. We start with a visual gait analysis, and then we learn all about you. We'll educate you about your foot structure, what we see when we watch you walk and run, and choose a shoe as a starting point to get you moving. At Runner's Alley, we're here for you every step of the way.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Nice place. I know St. Michael's isn't technically Burlington, right?
Hey. It's right there, Colchester.
Yeah.
It's a nice part of the country.
Back out onto the floor, and that means Gianna Russell, who has 8, Brianna Camara 5, Kylie Lorenzen 2, Carly Ziliak and Sarah Dio did not score in the first half. Bentley, Amy McConnell 8, Katie Marigioli 5.
Megan Lewis came over and nearly knocked us off the air there. She came over and sort of walked into the scores table. I think she recognized how close she was.
Inside for Bentley, look at the first points of the second half, and it's Victoria Lux.
She uses how the defense plays her so well, and if you play her 1v1, she's almost impossible to stop.
Lux has 6, 41-20. Bentley has led by as many as 22 in the game, and now the Penmen get 2 back from Gianna Russell.
Russell's really been one of the few bright spots tonight for the Penmen. She's played great. She's into double figures now with 10. Talked about her having 13 to match her career high against Bentley a year ago, and she keeps it going. She's going to establish a new career high tonight.
Lux looks inside. Bentley, no good. It's 1 and out. Megan Lewis had popped out on her. Penmen will bring it up, down 19 in the third quarter. Russell for Lorenzen. Inside Dio, and nope, can't get it to go. Lux kind of floated with her, so it was a little bit longer shot than Dio was looking for.
Great check out defensively there by Maddie Springfield. Did a really nice job of sealing off Kylie Lorenzen on the defensive glass.
Left side Springfield, inside Lux, and a scoop no good. Barb Stevens banging the feet on the ground there. She wanted that one.
And if you think she's content with a 19-point lead, she's working about things going forward.
Penmen get a reverse layup as Ziliak takes the pass from Dio for the bucket.
I know Ziliak's had a rough shooting night, 0 for 5, but she's done it now, 1 for 6. Obviously, if she gets that one to go. Prior to that, she was 0 for 5. She's done a lot of good things in terms of penetration. Now Springfield just takes her eyes off of it. The ball goes out of bounds to the Bentley sideline, and Barb Stevens with her palms extended to the skies would say, what are we doing here? And all right, 17, you get a basket here, partner. Gets it to 15, a triple makes it 14, and all of a sudden you're within shouting distance.
Penmen looking for Russell. Bentley nearly came away with a steal there as Lewis stepped into the passing lane. And here's Russell on a drive on the left side for 2 more.
She is really taking advantage of Megan Lewis right now, and that's surprising to me. I think Lewis is very good, but Russell is a better athlete at this point in her career. Fortunately, I think all those injuries that Megan suffered throughout her career have caught up to her. Her lateral quickness is not right now able to match Russell's.
Sarah Dio is whistled for a foul as Lux came into the lane, and Lux gets to the free throw line.
And there is no bigger fan of Megan Lewis's game than me. That is not a knock at her at all. I think she's a spectacular player. I think she's very special. And I've enjoyed watching her career, but right now, unfortunately for her, she's just got to sag off and make Russell make some jump shots, because right now Gianna has a lot of confidence driving the ball to the basket.
Dio will sit for the Penmen, and so will Ziliak. Lux misses both free throws, and SNHU, no, she made 1 free throw, I'm sorry. It is 42-26. Lux has 7. Lorenzen for the Penmen gets her second field goal of the game.
That's a big shot right there. I mean, we talked about her not, can't go away from what brought you here, and I think Barb Stevens might use a timeout. Oh, no, she just had a word with Terry Lang there about something.
Victoria Dean and Molly Terry both came in for the Penmen at that last whistle. Right side for the Falcons, halfway through the shot clock. It's McConnell. She'll drive in, and no good. And the backside rebound pulled down by Camara, pushes it ahead. Russell into the lane with a left hand, waved off. A travel. Kyle Westcott had the call here on the near side.
It's alleviated a little bit by virtue of the fact she missed it. Karen Pinkos over there saying that was not a travel. Bentley was going to come away with a rebound when all is said and done. Nifty move by Russell, and unfortunately missed opportunity there to cut the lead to 12.
7:05 to go in the third quarter. Bentley in front. Marigioli out for Springfield, back in Lux for 2.
You can't allow her to bury you down there. Once she gets that low, you probably got to swim and try to front her and just find a way to try to drive her off on the offensive glass opportunity. But she gets that close, she's going to score every time.
Dean for Russell, back to Dean in front of Coach Pinkos. Lorenzen looking inside, and the ball intercepted, taken away by Megan Lewis. Bentley on the break, and they cannot finish it. A bounce pass from Marigioli to Maddie Springfield. Rebound Snh. Lorenzen takes the pass off Camara's feed. Kylie will score and a foul on Bentley.
That was a big sequence because Bentley, quite frankly, should have had an easy layup there by Springfield. Her left-handed attempt comes off. That would have made the lead 18 once again. Then you go the other way. Kamara finds a trailing Lorenzen for the and one opportunity. If Kylie can make this free throw, it becomes a 13-point game. So that's a huge turn of events. And this is good energy from the Penmen out of the break to start the second half.
Jenna Roach in for the Penmen for Brianna Kamara. Lorenzen, who had 2 in the first half, has 5 here in the second half, and it's a 13-point game. Steal at midcourt. Molly Terry for the Penmen. Penmen have it back here, down 13. Roach will take it up top. Working against Fontaine. Back to Terry.
Yeah, Roach has a quickness matchup there. See if they can use her dribble to get by Fontaine.
6 minutes to go in the third. Terry with 12 on the clock. Dribbles into the corner, now takes off towards the hole. Kicks it back out for Dean. A 3, good!
That's a really bad defensive closeout there. Unfortunately for Bentley, they left a very good shooter in Dean Alopin all alone on that corner. Little ball fake, and just like that, the lead has been cut to 10. It was 19 at the break.
Let's take a timeout. 5:46 to go in the third. Bentley 44, Southern New Hampshire 34. This is Penmen basketball on AM 610 WGIR.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
At SNHU, building a campus that feels like home is important to us.
I felt like I was walking to a family. I have that one-on-one experience with the professors here, and they take an interest in what you want to do, and they can help you use your passions to get you to where you want to go. When I graduate, my degree is going to propel me into my future. Southern New Hampshire University, it's been the greatest decision I've ever made.
Visit snhu.edu.
All right, jumper here for the Penmen. Off of the miss by Bentley. We have 5:12 to go in the third. And it's 48-36 on a basket the other way by Amy McConnell. So Russell for the Penmen. And a three-point shot is up and good for Molly Terry. So back and forth we go, 48-39 Bentley. All right, welcome back to the Stan Spirou Field House at Southern New Hampshire University. 4:43 to go. Here in the third quarter, Bentley 48, Southern New Hampshire 39. And we get to a timeout here. What we had there was a timeout was taken by Bentley, and the teams came out, made shots both ways.
Molly Terry
for a loss of connection.
Molly Terry hit another big three, and it's the lead for Bentley is down to single digits for, it seems like an eternity in this time in this game. So good run here for the Penmen, and it's a 9-point affair. So you thought this might be a coronation tie. Bentley might run away and hide. Very much not the case. We have ourselves a game, and Southern Hampshire has come out white hot to start this second half, and this is a tale of two halves right now. This is a very different looking contest than we saw in the first half.
Nothing wrong with that. I didn't really like that first half.
Okay with how the first 5+ minutes of the second half has gone.
For the Penmen in the game tonight, Gianna Russell has a career-high 14 points.
She had 13 last year against Bentley, equaling her career high. She's done that twice. That was her previous career high, and Russell's been a difference maker. She has been Southern Hampshire's best player basically throughout. Good to see Kylie get it going here in the third quarter, but Gianna's really been steady.
It's going to be Bentley ball. Inbounds. The ball is stolen by Kylie Lorenzen.
And they had that action to Lewis, and unfortunately the pass came a little bit late from McConnell, allowed Kylie to recover.
Russell gives to Roach. Up top is Dean, along with Lorenzen, Molly Terry, Gianna Russell, Jenna Roach, Kylie Lorenzen on the floor right now. Dean in the corner. This is for three.
Wow.
Good.
Wow. When it rains, it pours, and this is a tremendous run. We're currently mixed up for the Penmen. They had just 20 points in the first half. Bob, they've got 22 in the first 6 minutes of the third quarter.
And Bentley only with 9 in the third. And a try by Merigioli, no good. SNHU with a rebound. Roach pushes it up.
And what Southern Hampshire's done well here, oftentimes you'll see teams go on big runs, and they've tried to go too fast. They've continued to manage and work the half-court offense to get good looks. That's been really key to this run.
Lorenzen looks into the corner for Roach, and then some contact down low. Gianna Russell went down hard.
She was
going to be a Bentley foul.
She was bumped by McConnell, and that's McConnell's third. So she becomes the first player in the contest to be in any sort of foul difficulty for either side.
She's out. Marissa Fontaine back in. Penmen have a new shot clock on the third foul. Inbounds play. Lorenzen came up short with her shot. Now Bentley the other way, and a drive inside by McConnell, and a foul.
Too bad Kylie sort of caught that awkwardly. She thought there was contact. I think sensing she was going to get a foul, sort of threw it at the rim, thinking potentially be in one situation. Unfortunately, left it short, and then McConnell does a good job racing the length of the floor and draws contact.
Third foul on the freshman Jenna Roach. Free throw number 1, good for McConnell. She has 11. Bentley 49-42. Brianna Camara in for Jenna Roach.
We talked about Bentley, them saying they had defensive struggles coming into the game. On paper they were outstanding, limiting opponents to less than 59 points per year on the season per game. And you could see some defensive breakdowns from the Falcons, unfortunately for their charge here in the third quarter, as Southern Hampshire's been able to make shots. When you make those long-range shots, and Russell's playing as well as she does, that's led to this Penmen run.
50-42. Terry back out. Lorenzen open for 3. No good. Rebound Fontaine. Falcons bring it up. 3:18 to go in the third. McConnell will dribble into the corner in front of the Bentley bench. They'll rotate it around the other way now. Lewis gave it to Merigioli, right back to Lewis. A lot of passes for Bentley. Give and go. Fontaine. That was a pretty pass from Amy McConnell that leads to the easy hoop.
Fontaine's been terrific tonight. She's into double figures now with 10. She's really provided them with some nice punch off the bench.
Quick 4 for Bentley. They're back up 10. And Camara the other way. It'll be a foul on Colleen Bouchard of the Falcons. Her first, team's third.
Called her with a block there. A good job by Brianna getting right into the chest of the defensive player, Bouchard. And Bouchard did a good job sliding her feet, but Carrie Lang ruling she got a little bit of her on the body, and Brianna to the line for 2.
First is good, and Carrie Lang will get an earful from Barb Stevens.
I've really been impressed with Southern Hampshire. Obviously, the ability to make shots changes the complexion of the game, and Southern Hampshire did not do that in the first 2 quarters. They've done that here in the third quarter. But the fight that they've shown, I think a lot of teams, you get buried after 20 minutes just from a demoralization standpoint. Southern Hampshire showed a lot of composure and a lot of heart to sort of battle back and to put themselves, back to make this a game here in the third quarter.
Penmen were down by 22 at one point in the second quarter. It's now an 8-point game. 2 made free throws, 52-44. And Bentley, a drive on the baseline. Bouchard cannot get that to go. Rebound SNHU.
I think she realized how wide open she was. Bouchard did a great job getting all the way to the rim and sort of a defensive breakdown there. And she sort of rushed that shot.
Terry for three, nothing but net.
Wow.
Molly Terry has 3 threes. The lead is down to 5 for the Falcons.
This is staggering. Southern Metro scored 27 points in this third quarter. They scored 7 in the first 10 minutes.
Aragioli a lob inside, and the ball up and out for Megan Lewis. She's banged around, and finally the foul comes.
Boy, Lewis did a good job to get her own there, but Megan shot that originally, and then 3 white jerseys were there. 1 blue jersey was there, and the 1 blue jersey, Lewis came away with it. And that's inexplicable. If you're the Penmen, a lot of ball watching there. Got to make contact and go get the ball, and Lewis earns a trip to the line.
Brianna Camara on the foul. Megan Lewis misses the first. We stay 52-47. Bentley.
I think Lewis is special, and this has been a frustrating go of it for her. She's had a rough night, including a very good free throw shooter missing the first, but getting the second one to go. And, boy, if you're Southern Hampshire, if you had told me this was going to be a 6-point affair at the end of the third quarter, I would have said, I'll take that.
Camara,
wow.
Three-pointer.
This is remarkable. This is as well. I've done Southern Hampshire games for a lot of years now. Barb Stevens uses a timeout. This is as well as I've seen Southern Hampshire shoot the ball from a prolonged stretch, right? You can make 2 or 3 in a row. But, Bob, they have just constantly made shot after shot here in the third quarter.
30 third-quarter points for SNHU.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
20 in the first half, 30 in the third quarter. And with 1:52 to go, Bentley will get the ball, and it's 53-50 Bentley. And the Falcons, number 5 in the nation, 8-0 overall, 4-0 in the NE10.
I thought we were going to start having a look ahead to Stonehill, saying, all right, drop this one. How do you get back on track when you go down there on Saturday? And Terry, Kamara, Victoria Dean, Gianna Russell, and Kylie Lorenzo said, no, we got some basketball left to be played tonight. We're going to come back and make this a game, and they've done just that. What a run here in the third quarter. This is really remarkable. 33-9. Excuse me, 33-14 the stretch here in quarter number 3.
Late third quarter, by the way, Assumption leads at Stonehill, 39-33.
Stonehill's a young bunch. They're going to get going. They're going to get better as the year goes on. But Assumption playing it well right now, to their credit.
All right, Bentley with the ball off the timeout by Barb Stevens, the 1,000-plus winning head coach for Bentley the last 33 years. Foul on Bentley. If that's McConnell, and I think it is, it's her 4th.
It is. And she doesn't like the call, but that's the right call. She really went out of her way to set up that off-ball screen. And that's a situation where if you're McConnell, you've got to stay stationary, and it's on the offensive player to use you.
Julia Ford back into the game. Penmen with a 3 could tie this up.
And this place will explode if they do that.
Lorenzen distributes out. Dean for the tie. Yeah, there it is.
Unbelievable.
53 all, and there's still 1:10 to play here in the third. SNHU has come all the way back from down 22. Fontaine looks inside. Stolen by Lorenzen.
Chance to take their first lead since it was 2-0.
Camara working inside. Needs a helper. It's Molly Terry. Terry drives, kicks it through. Lorenzen back to Dean. She'll try again. No good. Rebound. Camara put it back up. No.
She rushed it a little bit. She did a great job getting the offensive rebound. She's a terrific offensive rebounding guard, is Kamara. And she rushed that second chance opportunity.
30 seconds left for Bentley. 20 on the shot clock. Up top is Lewis. Right elbow Bouchard. Comes back to Fontaine. Looks inside. Catch made. Foul Kamara.
No argument offered there by Bree, so I'll defer to her, and that must have been a good call. And again, another Bentley player does a great job of burying a Southern Hampshire defender. They just do a good job using their body and getting you on their back, and so low, so close to the rim. And we saw Lewis do that beautifully there.
Free throw number 1 for Megan Lewis. makes it Bentley 54, SNHU 53. Second one is also good. So the Falcons have a 2-point lead. Southern New Hampshire has 18 seconds. See if they can set up a play here. Lorenzen is on the right side, right in front of Coach Pincos, across from us. Comes back here to Russell. 6 on the clock for Russell. Wants to go inside in the lane, try to throw it down low. Lorenzen gets it back. Put up with the right hand by Russell, but no good. Good chance of the tie there. Good hard work in the closing seconds. But Southern New Hampshire has rallied from down 22 to tie. We'll go to the fourth now. Bentley 55, SNHU 53. And this is Penmen basketball on AM 610 WGIR.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Walking the path of integrity, forever embracing a life in balance, standing tall and confident, leaders in the classroom, community, and field of play, with clear vision and a full heart, looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete, representing the Northeast. Diverse.
Brianna Camara, Victoria Dean, Gianna Russell, and Kylie Lorenzen.
33-16, just to put a bookmark on that third quarter of the stretch for the Penmen. Remarkable. They shot 12 of 18 from the floor in that quarter, including 6 of 8, Bob, from beyond the arc.
Lorenzen is tied up inside. He's trying to get the ball out, and that'll be a turnover because it'll go back over to Bentley. So Falcons will bring it up. Russell will pick up Julia Ford. Again, Amy McConnell, one of the Bentley starters on the bench with 4 fouls. Lux working against Dean, who nearly had a steal there. Right side is Bouchard and travels.
Sort of slid with her foot there, made a good attack there. It's a tough matchup for Molly Terry. Bouchard has about 5 or 6 inches on her. Molly just sort of worked hard to get to a spot below her, and that forced the turnover.
Penmen down 2, 55-53 to Bentley with 9:13 to go. Dean inside, catch by Camara, a collision inside, ball popped out, Camara picked it up, put it up, no. Loose ball picked up by Russell, and they'll pull it out and set it up again. And now Dean for 3, no good. And the ball will, Dean tapped it, but saved by Lux of Bentley out of the free throw line.
And Victoria needs to understand now, she was white hot in that third quarter. She's missed her last couple now. She doesn't need to force action.
Fontaine left open up top and knocks down a 3 for Bentley, and she has 11.
She's been really good tonight. It's her 3rd triple of the game, and you really wonder what if Fontaine wasn't playing at the level she has. Bentley would be in a different set of circumstances. She's been outstanding.
Penmen down 5. Lorenzen comes into the lane. Out to Terry in the corner. Back to Dean. Try another 3. No good. Rebound.
That's a foul.
Lux, and then a foul.
It's a hustle foul, but that's a foul. And I think Sarah Dia would be coming in to get Dean here. I think this is a good substitution. Victoria had it going early, but now she's missed her last couple, and that's a good sub by Coach Pincos. Not to take anything away from what Victoria's done, because she's a big reason why Southern Hampshire's in this game, quite frankly. But she's missed her last couple, a couple minutes on the bench, and if you need to bring her back, a few minutes from now, they need Sarah for her defensive work and especially her work on the glass as well.
Jenna Roach back in as well for Molly Terry. 8:12 to go. 58-53, Bentley by 5. Falcons with the ball. Bouchard cycles to the left side. Springfield looks in. Lux with a catch is blocked by Dio, out of bounds. Penmen ball.
And just like that, substitution. She comes in. She's better defensively than Victoria Dean is. She gets a block. The last touch by Lux, and it goes back to the Penmen.
Under 8 to go in the fourth quarter. Penmen calling out a play. Roach gives the ball to Lorenzen. Kylie comes back over to Camara. Dio back to the basket to the free throw line. Now Roach on a drive, forced it down low, trying to get it to Camara. Last touch by Bentley out of bounds. SNHU ball under the hoop with 11 on the clock.
They get good stuff out of this end line out of bounds set. See if they can get something good here. Karen Picos runs some absurdly good action.
Camara, where's she going with it? Lorenzen bottled up. Dio will take it. Back out. Russell, a head fake, comes to the baseline with 6, with 5 and out of bounds. No shot for the Penmen. They lose the ball.
I thought she should have shot the first one there. She was open for a 3. Didn't tee it up. I thought it was a good look. And now a couple of consecutive turnovers here. Southern Hampshire's got to be careful. Bentley can extend the lead back to 7, and triple makes it 8.
Springfield on the left side for Bouchard. Bouchard goes left. In the corner is Springfield. Up top, Fontaine. Inside, Lux. Blocked by Dio. And out of bounds off Dio. It'll stay with Bentley and 11 on the clock.
Sarah's doing a really nice job on Lux down low. I mean, this is a first-team all-conference selection. Speaking of Lux from last year, one of the premier players in this conference, and Sarah's done a very good job against her defensively.
So Bentley has 11 seconds, and 11, Julia Ford comes back out to Bouchard, who will work against Roach. 2 freshmen going at it. And the drive, no, but a foul on Roach. So to put Bouchard at the line, Jenna has her 4th foul.
It's really interesting. They're showing a lot of faith in the freshman Bouchard here. They've put the ball in her hands. Big possessions. That time, a little high pick and roll action. She decides to just work away from the screen of Lux, gets downhill and earns a trip to the line.
No good on the first. She had been 9 for 15 coming into the game.
Pretty amazing fact about Bouchard, Bob. She was a 2-time state champion up there in Maine. Scored 2,000 points in high school, but she was in the state title game all 4 years. Won 2 and lost 2. That's pretty impressive.
Makes the second. Roach out. And Ziliak in for the Penmen.
Penmen need a basket here.
Bentley by 6, 59-53. 7 minutes to go.
Somehow Kylie's got to get a touch.
Dio give and go. Camara back to Russell. Russell comes to the free throw line, and there was a foul on Bentley on a reach in on Julia Ford. Her first, team's first of the fourth quarter. Lorenzen.
Interesting. They have Kylie triggering this in. See if they get some action back to her here.
7 points, 13 rebounds for Lorenzen. Ziliak, and trying to put it inside. It's a Bentley foul. And another one on Julia Ford.
She got kind of caught up in the wash there. She was trying to defend Lorenzen on that down screen from Camara.
Men's game to follow tonight. 6:44 left in the fourth here. Lorenzen on the baseline. Takes it underneath. And she'll get to the line. Couldn't finish it. It'll be 2 free throws for Kylie Lorenzen.
If I'm Southern New Hampshire in this situation, I'm running a lot of that type of stuff, and I'm forcing Bentley to send a double team to Lorenzen. Because Springfield's an elite player, but she cannot defend Kylie and her ability to use the bounce.
Maddie Springfield with a foul. Lorenzen makes the first. Outstanding free throw shooter. Lorenzen nearly 90% of the year coming in.
Interesting spot here. They bring McConnell back into the line. Remember, she's playing now with 4 fouls. Now, Bentley's depth sort of changes things a little bit in that not the end of the world if she fouls out. So that certainly factors into head coach Barbara Stevens' decision.
Megan Lewis also back in for Bentley, and Molly Terry back in for Ziliak for the Penmen. Lorenzen makes both. So Penmen get 2, and it's 59-55, down 4 with 6:35 to go. Falcon ball. Up top is Lewis. Right side back over to Bouchard. They'll quick it around, try a 3-point field goal, and good for Maddie Springfield.
Big bucket there for Springfield. Much needed triple, and now the lead back to 7. Bentley seems to have regained at least some sense of momentum here early stages of the fourth quarter.
First field goal of the game for Springfield. 6:08 to go. Terry wants three the other way. It's a long one, and it went in. Wow. 4 made threes for Molly Terry.
She's been terrific tonight. She has really been good.
62-58. Penmen down 4. Matches the most threes made in a game for Molly Terry with 4.
Yeah. She's an interesting subject because she's averaging about 9 points per game, and the Penmen win about 3 points per game in their loss. So she's a big X factor.
5 on the clock. Lux in a collision underneath with Dio. There was no call, and Lux finishes it off.
Again, I think when you get late in the possession like that, especially, you've got to find a way to front her.
Lorenzen the other way somehow found a seam and put the ball up and in, and it is a double-double for Kylie Lorenzen. 64-60 Bentley. 5:15 to go. And a shot, 1 and out, as Maddie Springfield misses. Penmen, big trip right now.
Yeah, and don't need to force. Be patient here.
Dio goes by the hoop. Again, Lux kind of steered her away from the hoop.
I did not like that action there.
To miss, comes back over to the Falcons. 4:50 on the game clock. Bouchard with a miss, offensive rebound. Lux, and we'll have a foul, and we'll shoot it when we come back. .446 to play in the fourth quarter here in Manchester at the Southern New Hampshire University Field House, the Stan Spirou Field House. It's Bentley 64, SNHU 60. This is Penmen basketball on AM 610 WGIR.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Bob Lippman along with Jacob Van Ryn, Aaron Boss producing tonight. And it's crunch time, my friend. Here we go.
This has been an outstanding second half, especially. Southern New Hampshire obviously outscoring Bentley 33-16 in quarter number 3. Back and forth it's been here in the fourth. But, boy, for Southern New Hampshire to put themselves in a spot just to be in this game late says a lot about this group.
Victoria Lux, the senior, shooting at the line. Misses the first.
She's not a great free throw shooter, less than 60% in the year. This has really been a sort of a struggle for her throughout her storied career there at Bentley.
She does get to the line more than anybody else. It's a double miss. Rebound, Ziliak. Ziliak, Lorenzen, Dean, Kamara, and Terry right now on the floor for SNHU. Down 4. Inside Dean, back out Terry.
I think they'll basically go offense for defense when they get an opportunity with Dean on offense and Dio on defense.
Comes back up top to Kamara. 10 on the clock, and Kamara backing it out. Gets the screen from Lorenzen, takes on Lux. 4 on the clock. Scoop shot, no. Lux had the rebound and gets fouled.
Boy, Lux played that really well. I thought Brianna did a good job there at the last second on the step through after the ball fake. But Lux did a very good job staying down and getting a stop. And now every possession, Bob, the rest of the way, obviously 2-score game, just over 4 minutes left. Back and forth we go, but sort of has that importance of it the rest of the way.
Foul on Brianna Kamara is her 4th.
I'm surprised they didn't go back to Dio here with a defensive stop, with a stoppage and an opportunity. Karen Picos is really speaking to Victoria Dean. She's defending Lux, so see if they try to work it down low to the all-conference performer, to the Falcons.
Clock ticking towards 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Bentley 64, Southern New Hampshire 60. McConnell gives it to Lewis. Will drive in, and a foul on Lux for Bentley.
I didn't see that action. It was off the ball. I'll be honest, I wasn't watching that. I was watching Lewis's penetration. But that time, Southern Hampshire really did a good job of sagging down and helping on Lux and taking away that option.
So Lux out, Maddie Springfield back into the game. 64-60, Lorenzen with a catch. Back out Terry and launches a three and got another one. That's a career mark with 5 made threes, and it's a 1-point game here at the Spirou Field House.
The Southern Hampshire bench has been a big story this game. Terry has been outstanding off the bench.
Marigioli has not scored in the second half.
She's been a non-factor.
Springfield comes up top for Lewis. 10 on the clock. Here's Marigioli. Threw one up and got it. How's that for a field goal?
Nearly impossible shot there. I think she thought she was going to get a foul. Just sort of threw it up. Fortunately for Bentley, found a way to get that in.
Lorenzen catch inside and will get to the line at 66-63. Bentley with 3:04 to go.
First team to 70, I think, tonight, partner. We'll see how it shakes out, but a good job, Kylie, getting good position down low, getting Springfield on her back. I thought Springfield did a good job going straight up. They say she sort of displaced her on the shot attempt.
Lorenzen makes the first. This is a 2-point game, and it's a 2-point game because the Penmen scored 33 points in the third quarter to erase what was a 19-point halftime deficit.
It was 39-20 at the break. Wow.
Second free throw is also good, and Lorenzen has 13.
She's virtually automatic at the line. She was 12 for 13 over the weekend in the loss against Assumption, and she's been outstanding.
Penmen press, and Camara tipped it to Lorenzen, and SNHU can take the lead if they hit here. Terry, another 3 try, and that's no good.
That was rushed. That was one of her few really bad decisions tonight, unfortunately. And not a bad decision, right? She's been feeling it, but a little bit early in the possession, it was well contested.
2:38 left. Marigioli working against Lorenzen. Comes back to Springfield. Fontaine a long way out. Ziliak has the defense on McConnell, and she slips. The ball rolled loose. SNHU picks it up. They have it.
And good job by Dean there, just scooping it up off the deck.
2:15 left. 66-65. Penmen down 1. Camara looks in. Lorenzen in the lane. Back out for Dean. A 3-ball, no good.
What a block out. That's it. That's 5 on Brianna.
Little push there. McConnell had position for the rebound. So Brianna Camara fouls out.
And now McConnell's going to walk the length of the floor. A very good free throw shooter, as that pushes Southern Hampshire over the limit as well.
Penmen have 5 players in double-figure points tonight. Camara, one of them with 10.
I think you go back to Russell here, which they have. I think that's the right move. Unfortunately, Camara, her evening is done. Great block out there, we should say, by McConnell. And boy, good look there for Dean. Unfortunately, just a little bit too strong on the right end line there. She teed up that 3, but a little bit off the mark, and a great box out on the weak side there by McConnell.
10 out of 13 from the line this year. McConnell has made both of her free throws in this contest. Bentley leads by 1. Free throw in and out.
Boy, they've left some points at the line, and Bentley, they do everything well. They are not a great free throw shooting team. Now, part of that is because Lux takes the bulk of those free throw opportunities.
Second one is good. McConnell with 13. The score is 67-65 Bentley. Lorenzen with under 2 minutes to go now, 1:55 left.
And a lot of time left. Don't hurry, don't force. Work the ball, get rotations on offense.
Ziliak comes to Russell. Russell free throw line. Goes strong inside, blocked by Springfield out of bounds.
Nice play there defensively. Russell wants to get back to her left side. Springfield recognized that and deflected that away.
Bentley substitution, Megan Lewis for Marissa Fontaine. Penmen have the ball under their own hoop, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Down by 2. Terry Comes back out. Dean thought about a three, passed it up, gave the ball instead to Molly Terry. Terry inside. Dean with the right hand. No. Off the backboard, off the front of the rim, and into the hands of Colleen Bouchard for Bentley. Bentley will try to make it a two-possession game now with under a minute and a half to go. Springfield working against Dean. Comes back up top to McConnell. They've run the clock down to 12. Maragioli in the corner against Terry. Comes back up top for McConnell. McConnell puts it on the floor, drives, scoops, no good. Lorenzen rebound, 1:05 to go.
Really good defensive set there by the Penmen. Then Ziliak tries to feed it up to Russell off the left side, and Gianna was not ready for it. Wow. You play outstanding defense for 25, 26 seconds. You're trying to get a run-out opportunity, and those two just not on the same page.
Bentley will use a 30-second timeout here with 1:03 to go in the game. Bentley 67, SNHU 65. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Penmen basketball. All Bentley in the first half. They open up a lead as large as 22 at one point, and now Southern New Hampshire has pretty much owned the second half. But can they get by fifth-ranked and undefeated Bentley?
I'm a little bit surprised that they've gone with Victoria Dean, especially on the defensive side here with Dio on the bench. Victoria's gone cold as of late. Now, she's played a great game. Trusting in Victoria in this spot. And again, just over a minute left. You got a lot of basketball left. See if you get a stop here.
This time last year, SNHU took out then third-ranked Bentley down in Waltham.
Similar set of circumstances, 8-0, 8-0.
Bouchard on a drive.
Bentley.
And she just lost it out of bounds, right? There's no foul there.
No, but it was last touched by Lorenzen.
Yep. So 18 seconds on the shot clock. It's still Bentley ball, Bentley by 2. They come in with it. McConnell, Maragioli, and now up top is Megan Lewis. Lorenzen has the defensive assignment there. Megan up top with it. Bentley's run the clock down to 7. 40 on the game clock and still running. Drive McConnell. It'll fall away. No good. And Lorenzen will bring it up for the Penmen.
And this is the problem when you don't have that one go-to player that you trust on offense, right? McConnell's gotten a couple of very good looks. Bentley has so many weapons. Maragioli hasn't had a great game. Lux is on the bench. Lewis hasn't had a great night shooting it, so where do you go? They've gone to McConnell a few handful of times here late, and she's come up empty in her last couple of trips. It's left the door ajar and given the Penmen a big opportunity.
Penmen coaches, Karen Pinkos will huddle up with her assistants. Lisa Reeves, Katie Howard, and Mike Heaney.
I think you work inside out here, and you try to get Kylie a touch on the block or at the elbow, extend somewhere like that, and operate the offense through her. You say, all right, Kylie, I trust you to make the right decision. We don't need a 3, obviously. Got to find a way to get the tie. If the double comes, kick opposite, and then maybe we look for a 3. We'll put the ball in 23's hands and trust her to make a good play for you.
On the reset, the possession arrow is Southern New Hampshire's. Each team has 5 fouls, so we are shooting the rest of the game. Nobody with a foul to give. Bentley leads 67-65. Southern New Hampshire playing here at home.
What a game. We thought this was going to be a rough one for the Penmen, but that huge third quarter, and now we've got ourselves an absolute thriller here in game 1 of 2 tonight.
The inbounder will be Russell with Lorenzen, Ziliak, Dean, and Terry. Penmen can almost run the clock out.
Score here down by 2. You got to go quickly here.
Ziliak has Lorenzen right, but it looks like Coach Pinkos wants him to run clock. We're down to 10.
Interesting.
Russell, bounce pass, it's Lorenzen, and a collision and an offensive foul. Lorenzen put the elbow in, and that's going to be a foul on Kylie.
I thought that was the right call live, and a testament to Bouchard, just a freshman. against an all-conference, selection in Kylie, a player I think has player of the year type, resume working for her. 5 double-doubles on the year, including tonight. And I thought Bouchard did a really nice job. Now, I'm surprised that Southern New Hampshire elected to use so much clock because of this very situation. You've left yourself such a small margin for error if you don't get a basket there. Now Bentley's going to advance the ball to midcourt. Down by 2, Southern New Hampshire's got to go for the quick steal. They've got to foul immediately.
You want to foul down 2?
They have to foul.
Yeah.
They have to foul.
That's if you can't get the ball on the inbounds.
Well, you go for a steal quickly, but with 7.5 seconds, the margin is so slim that you've got to foul almost as soon as the ball comes in.
Right. Whereas if you take your shot with 20 seconds left.
You could try to get up a steal. You could try to some full court pressure or something like that. Well, in this situation, Southern New Hampshire, I think you switch everything. Luck's not on the court, obviously, not being a great free throw shooter. The rest of the Bentley players are. Bouchard is probably, if you can allow her to get a touch, she's just 60% limited opportunities on the year. And if you can allow her to get the ball, put the freshman at the line in a big spot.
Bentley out of timeouts. They come in bounds, and let's see. They're going to say ball knocked out of bounds by Southern New Hampshire.
Yeah, Ziliak nearly got a steal there. She read that really well.
7 seconds to go. Well, a little bit of time had to go off the clock, right?
Yeah, it was 7.5, so half second.
Because the ball did come in.
Yeah, it was touched by Ziliak.
Inbounds play. Lorenzen went for the steal and fouls Megan Lewis.
That's fine. Lewis just missed a couple a few moments ago. Second one off the clock again, because of the time you used on the previous offensive possession. You don't have a ton of time left, so I'm fine with that.
Karen Penkos has 1 timeout left.
She makes both. Going to be tough to overcome.
She does make the first. One more free throw. Barb Stevens reminding her team, no fouls.
Well, we'll see how it plays out here, depending on the situation.
And the second is also good. And Bentley has a 4-point lead with 6 seconds to go, 69-65.
That should basically do it. And Lewis hasn't had a great shooting night, but a senior student athlete who's been through these battles, competed, and been in a lot of big games and a lot of big stages throughout the course of her career. I know that Barb Stevens and her staff certainly trusted Megan in that spot, and she makes 2, and that should pretty much do it now. If you're Southern New Hampshire, you can advance the ball to midcourt here, maybe quick hitter, get something to Terry, or maybe Victoria Dean, maybe they make a 3, something like that, but certainly Lewis making both has made the mountain that much taller to climb.
6 seconds left for the Penmen. And let's see what they come up with off of the timeout. Molly Terry, Carly Ziliak, Gianna Russell, Victoria Dean, Kylie Lorenzen. Terry trying to get it in, gets it to Russell. They'll clear out of the way there. Russell puts it up, no good. Rebound Bentley, and the final score. Well, we're going to have a foul, a stoppage to the clock here with 0.2 of a second left. So Bentley may get an opportunity to put a couple more points on the board here, but their score is 69-65.
Well, you look at Barbara Stevens over there, and she's won. This will be 1,020 games now in her career, but this was a battle. And Southern New Hampshire, this will be their closest that Bentley's been all year with an opponent as they improved to 9-0. And Southern New Hampshire has proven once again that they can play with anybody in this conference. Unfortunately, Bob, digging themselves such a massive hole, it's tough to come all the way back.
And there's the buzzer after the second free throw is missed. Bentley wins game 1 of our doubleheader tonight. But what a game for the Penmen, who rally from down 22. But they fall in the end 70-65. And Bentley, as you mentioned, 9-0 on the year. The Penmen now have dropped 3 straight. They're 6-3.
It's tough to take a positive away from a negative in terms of losing the game. But that second half for Southern New Hampshire was a thing to behold. Trailed by 19 at the half and actually took a lead in the second half. Unfortunately, Bentley, experienced team, makes some plays late and they get the victory.
We'll continue with more from the Stan Spirou Field House after this men's game coming up. And SNHU will try to take on another undefeated Bentley team when we come back. This is Penmen Basketball on AM 610 WGIR.